Hi, I'm Gianna. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. One click from you means more stories can be shared. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers and make a difference. Let's begin. 10 years of my life poured into my family's custom furniture business, Moretti Designs. 10 years of sweat, creativity, and dedication, all to have it ripped away by my own sister. I still remember the day I joined full-time after college. My parents, Richard and Maria, had built the company from scratch in our garage 25 years ago. Dad's craftsmanship and Mom's eye for design made them the perfect team. Gianna, honey, come look at these new sketches, Mom called one afternoon, spreading design concepts across her desk. What do you think about adding a sustainable line? I've actually been researching eco-friendly materials. What if we launched an entire green collection? Dad laughed, slapping his knee. See, Maria? Our daughter's already thinking bigger than we ever did. That's how the Eco Moretti line was born. My baby that boosted our sales by 30% in its first year. I modernized our production, brought in digital design tools, and secured partnerships with 3 major hotel chains. Everyone knew I was destined to take over someday. Everyone except my older sister, Vanessa. Nice work with the Parker Hotel deal, she said during our monthly family dinner, her smile tight. Though I think we could have pushed for better margins. Always the criticism, always finding ways to one-up me. Vanessa had marketing experience from some fancy firm in New York, but only joined the family business 5 years ago when she realized I was making a name for myself. The relationships we're building are worth more than a few percentage points, I countered. We're playing the long game here. Dad nodded approvingly, but I noticed how Vanessa's eyes narrowed. When Dad announced his retirement last month, I thought my moment had finally arrived. The board meeting was set, succession plans drawn up. I'd even prepared a speech about honoring our legacy while pushing boundaries. We've made our decision, Eleanor, our senior board member, announced. Her eyes wouldn't meet mine. Vanessa will be taking over as CEO, effective immediately. The room spun. Dad cleared his throat awkwardly while Mom squeezed my hand under the table. Gianna will continue leading product development, of course, Dad added quickly. You two will make a great team. I looked at Vanessa, expecting at least a hint of sympathy. Instead, she wore a smile that didn't reach her eyes. I'm looking forward to working together, sis, she said, voice dripping with artificial sweetness. 2 weeks later, her assistant, Taylor, stopped by my desk. Vanessa wants to see you in her office. She said it's important. As I walked to her new corner office, the one with Dad's old mahogany desk, my phone buzzed with a text from my friend Marcus in production. Heard rumors about restructuring. Everything okay? I texted back. About to find out, not knowing my entire world was about to implode. Vanessa's voice came through the door before I could knock. Come in, Gianna. We need to talk. I stepped into Vanessa's office. My father's old space now stripped of his personal touches and replaced with sleek, cold decor. Take a seat. Vanessa gestured to the chair across from her desk, not bothering to look up from her computer. I sat down, noticing a folder with my name on it. What's this about? The company is undergoing necessary restructuring. She finally met my eyes, her face a mask of corporate indifference. We're eliminating your position effective immediately. My stomach dropped. Eliminating my position? I created our most successful product line, which has run its course. The board agrees we need fresh direction. The board? Or just you? I stood up, hands shaking. Dad built this company for both of us. Dad built this company to succeed. Sometimes that requires difficult decisions. She slid a severance package across the desk. 2 months' pay. Clean out your desk by end of day. You can't do this. I'm calling Dad. He's already been informed. This is a business decision, not a family one. Security escorted me out. I sat in my car, too stunned to cry, when my phone rang. It was Marcus. Meet me at Corey's Diner in 20. Don't tell anyone. At the diner, Marcus slid into the booth, glancing around nervously. I've been waiting for this day. Vanessa's been planning to cut you out for months. How do you know? She's had me revising budgets since February. I've seen the memos. Your name was removed from the org chart weeks ago. I felt sick. Why wouldn't you tell me? She threatened my job, Gianna. I've got twins in college. He pulled out a flash drive. But I've been keeping records. She's cutting corners everywhere. Cheaper materials, outsourcing to factories with terrible labor practices. That explains the quality complaints I've been hearing. It gets worse. The Milano hotel samples? She substituted cheaper wood that won't last 5 years. My phone buzzed. Eleanor requesting to meet. I hadn't spoken to her since the board meeting. 2 hours later, in Eleanor's elegant home office, she poured tea with shaking hands. I wanted to vote against Vanessa, but she had the numbers before we walked in. She showed projections claiming your designs were too expensive to produce. Those numbers were doctored. We've maintained 40% margins on my line for 3 years. Eleanor sighed. I suspected as much. Several board members are having second thoughts, especially after client complaints started rolling in. I need evidence, Eleanor. Concrete proof of what she's doing. I'll help where I can. In the meantime, document everything. For 2 weeks, I built my case. Marcus smuggled out production reports. Eleanor forwarded board communications. I even contacted suppliers who confirmed Vanessa had strong-armed them into inferior materials. Then came the final straw. While checking our company website for a client reference, I clicked on our team and froze. There was Vanessa, smiling beneath a headline. Visionary designer and CEO. The bio claimed she'd personally developed our award-winning Eco Moretti line, revolutionizing sustainable furniture design. My designs, my innovation, my life's work, stolen with a few keystrokes. I picked up my phone and called Marcus. It's time to take her down. These joints won't hold past 6 months, Marcus said, showing me photos of the latest production run. We were meeting in a coffee shop across town, far from prying eyes. Vanessa switched to a cheaper adhesive that can't handle temperature changes. I added the photos to my growing folder. The Miami order? Same issue. Plus, they're using laminate instead of solid wood for the support beams. Unbelievable. I rubbed my temples. Those conference tables are supposed to last decades. Marcus leaned forward. Gianna, there's more. The safety testing reports. They're being falsified. These pieces wouldn't pass a legitimate inspection. My phone rang. Eleanor calling. Can you meet me at my country club in an hour? Bring your documentation. At the club, Eleanor looked over my evidence while we sat in a private corner of the terrace. These numbers don't match what Vanessa presented to us. She pulled out board meeting minutes. She claimed the Eco Moretti line had a 22% profit margin at best. Your records show 42%. She's padding costs to justify cutting quality. I pointed to another document. And these sales projections? Pure fiction. Several board members have been asking questions. The quarterly results don't align with her promises. Eleanor sipped her water. And there's another issue. James Wright from Pinnacle Hotels called me yesterday. My heart skipped. James was our biggest client. A $3 million annual contract. He's furious about their recent delivery. Something about chairs breaking during a conference? I need to talk to him. 2 days later, I met James at his flagship hotel. His usual friendly demeanor was replaced with visible frustration. 6 broken chairs during our international banking summit. He led me to a storage room where the damaged furniture sat. Made us look like amateurs. This isn't what I expect from Moretti. I examined the chairs, immediately spotting the inferior materials. This isn't Moretti quality, James. Not the Moretti I helped build. What happened? Your sister assured me these were your designs. They were my designs, before she fired me and cut every corner possible. I showed him the comparison photos Marcus had provided. This is what you ordered. This is what you got. James whistled. I've got 2 more hotels waiting on orders. I can't put this garbage in 5-star properties. Give me a week. I'll put together proof of everything that's happened. Then we can discuss options. As we shook hands in the hotel lobby, a familiar voice cut through the air. Well, isn't this cozy? Vanessa stood there, arms crossed, eyes blazing. James, so good to see you. I wasn't aware you had concerns that warranted meeting my former employee. Your former designer, you mean, James corrected. The one who actually created the pieces I contracted for. Vanessa's smile tightened. Gianna? A word? She pulled me aside, hissing under her breath. Client poaching is grounds for legal action. You signed non-compete clauses. I'm not poaching anyone. James reached out with quality concerns. Stay away from our clients or I'll bury you in litigation so deep you'll never work in this industry again. As she stormed off, James approached. I'm canceling the pending orders. Call me when you have that evidence. That evening, Marcus called in a panic. The Miller Retirement Community delivery. All 60 dining chairs collapsed during dinner. 3 seniors hospitalized. The local news is there. It's all over social media. I pulled up the footage on my laptop. Elderly residents on the floor, surrounded by splintered wood. The reporter holding up a chair leg, pointing to where it had snapped clean off. Get me everything you have on that order, I said. It's time for an emergency board meeting. The boardroom fell silent as I laid out the evidence folder. My parents sat at the far end, Maria's face pale, Richard's jaw clenched. Before we begin, I'd like to thank Eleanor for calling this emergency meeting. I clicked to the first slide. This is what Moretti Designs stood for. And this, I clicked again, showing the broken chairs at Miller Retirement Home, is what it's become, Vanessa scoffed. One isolated incident doesn't... 3 seniors hospitalized. 80-year-old Frank Miller with a broken hip. I placed medical reports on the table. And it's not isolated. I have documentation of 27 quality failures in 3 months. I methodically presented everything, the falsified testing reports, doctored financial projections, materials substitutions. With each revelation, Vanessa's face grew harder. You're trying to sabotage me because you're jealous, she finally interrupted. These are business decisions to keep us competitive. Competitive? I pulled up the email chain between Vanessa and our suppliers. You specifically requested materials that wouldn't last, creating built-in obsolescence so clients would have to replace furniture sooner. Eleanor cleared her throat. Is this true, Vanessa? It's standard industry practice. It's fraud, Richard said quietly. The room fell silent at my father's voice. We built this company on quality and integrity. Maria wiped away tears. How could you do this? To our family name? Vanessa straightened. I did what was necessary for profits. Isn't that what matters? What matters, I countered, is that 3 of our biggest clients have canceled orders. James at Pinnacle Hotels has withdrawn his $3 million contract. The Miller incident is trending on social media. Our reputation is in freefall. I played the local news segment showing seniors on stretchers. Richard stood up. I move for an immediate vote of no confidence. The vote was unanimous. Vanessa was out. You can't do this. I'm family. Vanessa slammed her palm on the table. Which makes this betrayal even worse, Maria said, her voice breaking. As security escorted Vanessa out, Eleanor turned to me. The board would like to offer you the CEO position, effective immediately. I shook my head. I appreciate that, but I'm a designer at heart. I'd like to propose a different structure. Marcus as operations director, me as creative director, and let's bring in someone with industry experience for CEO. 3 months later, Moretti Designs was back on track. We'd replaced all defective products, rebuilt client relationships, and our new Harmony collection was generating buzz throughout the industry. I was reviewing designs when my assistant knocked. Vanessa's here to see you. She looked different, humbler, without the designer clothes and perfect hair. No one will hire me, she said without preamble. My reputation's destroyed. That's what happens when you prioritize profit over people. I'm your sister. We're family. Can't you forgive and forget? I considered her for a moment, remembering all the years of competition, the backstabbing, the theft of my designs. Family doesn't do what you did. The answer is no, Vanessa. We're done. As she left, Marcus poked his head in. New client meeting in 5. The Waldorf chain wants to talk about outfitting their global properties. I smiled, closing the door on my past and walking toward my future. What would you have done in Gianna's position? Is blood really thicker than water? Or is it sometimes necessary to cut ties with toxic family members completely, even when they ask for forgiveness? When is enough truly enough? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this revenge story, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more satisfying tales of justice served. Each subscription helps us bring you more content like this. Thanks for watching.